guys see feelings as weaknesses sometimes. Always got to be tough, always got to be strong, always got to be doing, getting it right and all that stuff. There's a lot of male pressure.
Prince William has finally spoken out about a subject that has been kept under wraps for a considerable amount of time. This comes as he is about to enter his 50s. The complicated relationship that he had with his parents, Prince Charles and Princess Diana, who ultimately passed away. The Prince of Wales has made a profound revelation by revealing the burden of the tragic death of his mother. He has spoken openly about the profound effect that the death of his mother has had on his mental health and his personal trajectory from that point forward. The confession of Prince William has brought to light the private conflicts that have been weighing on his heart for a considerable amount of time. This confession has invited us to see a side of him that very few people have ever seen before. The first years. Please allow me to begin by discussing Prince William's life over the years before we move on to his candid revelations. His birth took place at St. Mary's Hospital in London on June 21, 1982. Prince William was born there. Charles, Prince of Wales, and Diana, Princess of Wales, welcomed their first child, a son, into the world. His birth occurred during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who was his grandfather's maternal grandmother. On the 28th of June, Buckingham Palace made the announcement that his name would be William Arthur Philip Lewis. After a few weeks had passed, William was ultimately baptized by the Archbishop of Canterbury in the magnificent music hall of Buckingham Palace. This special occasion was scheduled to take place on August 4th, which also happened to be his great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth, Queen Mother, who was celebrating her 82nd birthday at exactly the same time. When the young prince was given his first sacrament, it was a day filled with happiness and celebration for everyone involved. The birth of William held a significant place in the annals of history. Almost 8 decades had passed since the birth of the first son to be born to a prince and a princess of Wales. The last time something like this took place was in July of 1905, when Prince John, the son of Prince George and Princess Mary, was born into the world. Because of this, the arrival of William was even more remarkable and cherished by the members of the royal family, as well as the people of the United Kingdom. Throughout his childhood, William participated in a variety of exciting adventures with his parents. When he was only 9 months old, he joined his parents on a tour of Australia and New Zealand. This was his first trip outside of the country, as no royal baby had ever accompanied his parents on a tour of another country before. All of the people that the young prince encountered along the way were filled with happiness and excitement because of his presence. During the month of September in 1984, Prince Harry, William's younger brother, was born, thereby completing his family. During their childhood, the two princes were brought up in the magnificent Kensington Palace in London, as well as in the picturesque House Highgrove in Gloucestershire. Their childhoods were spent in these royal residences, which became their homes. They were filled with love, laughter, and the guidance and care of their parents. Wills is the nickname that William is commonly referred to by within his family. Willie was the nickname that his brother gave him, while Wombat was the name that his mother affectionately called him. In addition to receiving an education from the royal family, Diana wished for her children to have a more diverse range of life experiences. She took them to places such as Walt Disney World, McDonald's, AIDS clinics, and shelters for people who were homeless. With the passage of time, William developed a remarkable capacity for self-reflection and a character that was remarkably calm. Diana referred to him as her little wise old man for the duration of his early adolescence, during which time she trusted him as her confidant. Do you not believe that the secrets were too much for his frail shoulders to bear, given that he was aware of who Diana was? The life that is only allowed to royalty. William was educated at prestigious institutions, beginning with the Jane Minor Nursery and continuing on to the Wetherby Preparatory School in London. Both of these schools are located in London. After that, he continued his education at Ludgrove School, which is located close to Wokingham in Berkshire. While there, he took part in a variety of sports and activities, such as football, swimming, basketball, plate throwing, and cross-country racing. Over the course of the summer, he worked with Rory Stewart, who provided him with private tutoring. In the course of his studies for his advanced level at Eton College, William concentrated on the study of geography, biology, and the history of art. His academic accomplishments included not only a grade of A in geography, but also a grade of C in biology and a grade of B in art history. His leadership as captain of the swimming team, his leadership of the football team at home, and his participation in water polo all made him stand out during his time at Eton. The decision to send William to Eton was a departure from the customary practice of sending royal descendants to Gordonstown, which was a school that both his father and grandfather had a strong preference for. His brother and Diana's father were both former students at Eton's academic institution. In exchange for providing regular updates on his life, the royal family and the sensationalist media came to an agreement that William would be required to maintain his privacy while pursuing his education. The head of the Press Complaints Commission, John Wakeham, emphasized that Prince William should be viewed as a young man who is going through a crucial phase of development, rather than as a public figure or celebrity, highlighting the significance of his academic years. This was done in order to emphasize the significance of his academic years. When William was a student at Eton, he would frequently go to Windsor Castle on the weekends to have tea with his grandmother. While there, he would also take part in discussions about constitutional duties and state affairs. These discussions were intended to prepare him for his future role as king. The head injury that William sustained in June 1991 was brought on by a co-worker who was driving a golf club. William was admitted to Royal Berkshire Hospital as a result of the injury. The depressed skull fracture that he sustained allowed him to undergo surgery at Great Ormond Street Hospital, which resulted in the formation of a permanent scar on his head. The incident garnered a significant amount of attention from the media. After breaking a finger in 1999, he had surgery on his hand to prevent further damage. After completing his studies at Eton, William took a year off to travel and participate in various activities. During this time, he worked on English dairy farms, participated in British Army training exercises in Belize, and traveled to Africa. Over the course of 10 weeks, he was a participant in the Raleigh International Program in Tortel, Chile, where he provided English instruction and worked on local construction projects. William's deep interest in African customs served as the impetus for him to learn Swahili on his own. Since the year 2001, William has been attending the University of St. Andrews, which is located in Scotland. His privacy was respected by the media, just as it had been during his time at Eton, and students were cautioned against leaking stories to the media. William's initial field of study was art history, but he eventually shifted his focus to geography. The coral reefs of Rodrigues, which are located in the Indian Ocean, were the subject of his thesis, and he received his bachelor's degree in arts with honors from higher secondary education in the year 2005. In order to protect his privacy while he was attending the university, he participated in the 2004 Celtic Nations tournament as a member of the National University of Scotland's water polo team. For the purpose of preventing journalists from discovering his true identity, he is commonly referred to as Steve among his classmates. William's mother, Diana, was a close confidant to him throughout the majority of his marriage to Prince Charles, who did not provide him with emotional support. As a result, William's relationship with his mother was extremely important. Charles and Diana tied the knot in 1981. In spite of the fact that they had been married for 15 years, Charles was unfaithful for the majority of that time. He had an extramarital affair with Camilla Parker Bowles, and Diana had her own extramarital affairs during the time that they were married. Despite the fact that he was living under the company that accompanied him to be a member of the royal family, William had a profound understanding of Diana's emotional state, especially during his public separation from Charles in 1992 and the turbulent period known as the Wales War. Diana faced challenges that were dedicated to ensuring her safety, well-being, and happiness. These challenges were especially difficult for her to overcome. Diana referred to William as the man of my life in a warm and affectionate manner, and William did everything in his power to provide for his mother. It was only for the purpose of safeguarding her that he once expressed his desire to one day become a law enforcement officer. He had no idea that there would be even more upheaval right around the corner. The effects of the divorce on William. During the years that Prince William was in training, the official divorce between Prince Charles and Princess Diana took place in 1996. This event had a significant impact on Prince William, both emotionally and mentally. It was necessary for Prince William to take on a protective role towards his younger brother and mother because he felt the need to shield them from the intense media scrutiny and public interest that surrounded his family. Prince William was forced to spend his adolescence under constant public scrutiny as a result of the increased media attention that was directed towards the royal family, particularly towards William and his brother Harry. This experience shaped his perspectives on privacy and his relationships with the media. Prince William's perspective on relationships and marriage was shaped by the fact that he was present during the dissolution of his parents' marriage. As a result, he approached his romantic relationships with caution and reflection. He was able to effectively balance his public responsibilities with his personal life as a result of the separation and its consequences, which also played a role in shaping Prince William's understanding of his future role within the royal family. The charitable work that his mother did served as a source of inspiration for Prince William, who developed a sense of resilience and duty in spite of the difficulties he encountered. He is committed to important causes, such as raising awareness about mental health. He had not yet been able to fully recover from the effects of the divorce. What transpired after that shattered him. His mother had passed away. The tragic death of Diana occurred on August 31, 1997, in Paris, only 368 days after the divorce. She was involved in a car accident. At that time, William, who was 15 years old, was staying at Balmoral Castle with his father and his brother, who was 12 years old. In the morning of the following day, Charles broke the news to William and Harry that his mother had passed away. In the course of the funeral procession, William was uncertain as to whether or not he should walk behind the coffin of his mother. His grandfather, Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, cautioned him that he might come to regret not walking, and he inquired as to whether or not William would accompany him on a walk if an opportunity presented itself. During the funeral, William and Harry accompanied their father, grandfather, and maternal uncle, Charles Spencer, 9th Count Spencer, as they made their way from Kensington Palace to Westminster Abbey. In the years following the passing of his mother, William stated that he had been in a state of shock for a considerable amount of time. Prince William and Prince Harry remained notably silent about their tragic death in the years that followed the car accident that resulted in the death of Princess Diana. They refused to make official statements about their pain. It was on the day that he and Harry celebrated their respective 30th birthdays that they received the majority of the £12.9 million sterling that had been left by their mother. In 2014, he rose to a total of £10 million, as well as the lyrics and original score for the song Candle in the Wind, which was performed by Elton John at Diana's funeral. The brothers inherited several personal belongings from their mother in 2014. These included her wedding dress, dresses, diamond tiaras, jewels, letters, and paintings. Additionally, the brothers inherited the original score and lyrics to the song. At the age of 21, William took on the role of state counselor. He was responsible for a variety of obligations. Because the Queen was present at the gathering of Commonwealth heads of government in the same year, he was given his first opportunity to fulfill the responsibilities of this position. In July of 2005, while he was on tour in New Zealand, he started his first public solitary commitment. The purpose of his trip was to take part in the commemorations of World War II, which were being held simultaneously. Tina Brown, the author, claims that William, much like his father, has expressed his desire to become the Governor-General of Australia. A private office was established by the Queen for William and Harry in the year 2009, and David Manning was appointed to serve as the advisor for the office. When William embarked on his first official tour in January of 2010, Manning was there to accompany him. During this tour, William traveled to both Auckland and Wellington. William was honored to be the one to inaugurate the new building that houses the Supreme Court of New Zealand, and he was warmly welcomed by a Maori chief. The visit was met with a positive reception from the general public and drew a large crowd, surpassing the reception that his mother received during her tour in 1983. William made a trip to Christchurch, New Zealand in March 2011, not long after the devastating earthquake that occurred there before. He was the one who delivered the speech at the memorial service that was held at Hagley Park in honor of his grandmother. Additionally, he went to Australia to visit the regions that were impacted by the floods that occurred in the states of Queensland and Victoria. William decided to enroll at St. John's College in Cambridge in 2014 in order to better prepare himself for the role he will play in the management of the Cornwall Duchy in the future. The Cambridge Program for Leadership in Sustainability, an organization that was sponsored by his father, provided him with the opportunity to pursue a degree in executive management in agriculture with the Cambridge program. Following the conclusion that he would like to pursue a career in the military, William was accepted into the Royal Military Academy of Sandhurst in January of 2006. The acceptance of his application was contingent upon his successful completion of a cadet course that lasted for 44 weeks and ultimately resulted in his commission as an officer in the British Army. As a troop commander in an armored reconnaissance unit, he joined the Blues and Royals in December of that same year, adopting the name Lieutenant Gales in honor of his father's title as Prince of Wales. He was a member of the Blues and Royals. Following that, he attended the Bovington camp in Dorset for a period of 5 months in order to get himself ready for his role. In spite of the fact that William was granted permission by the Queen to serve on the front line, concerns were raised regarding his potential involvement in combat due to the fact that he was second in line for the throne. This ultimately led to the government deciding against sending him to southern Iraq because of the potential risk to his life and the lives of those around him if he were a target. The plans to send him there were leaked by the Ministry of Defense, which ultimately led to the decision. Rather than serving in the Army, William received his training in the Royal Navy and the Royal Air Force. He was commissioned as a lieutenant in the first and as a flight officer in the second, both of which are roughly equivalent to the rank of lieutenant in the Army. Following the completion of his training, he was assigned to the Royal Air Force in RAAF Cranwell. It was there that he received his wings from his father, who had also obtained his wings through training at Cranwell. William's children were also born to his father. William Middleton and Catherine Middleton became close friends after meeting each other in 2001 while they were both attending the University of St. Andrews and studying at St. Salvator's Hall University. The year 2003 marked the beginning of their relationship, and from that year until 2005, they shared a room in Balgove House. A brief breakup in 2004 did not prevent them from getting back together. After the sensationalist press closely followed their relationship, William made a request for privacy in order to protect his privacy. The year 2006 saw Middleton attend the graduation parade for William, and the year 2007 saw her attend Diana's concert. It was reported that they had ended their relationship in April of 2007, but they got back together after some time had passed. The couple resided in Anglesey until 2014, and Middleton was present at the road order ceremony that took place in this year, 2008. In October of 2010, the couple announced their engagement in a secluded alpine cabin located on Mount Kenya. On November 16th, Clarence House made the announcement that they were engaged. The engagement ring that William's mother had given to him was presented to his fiancée. On April 29, 2011, the wedding was held in the Abbey of Westminster amidst the festivities. The renovations of Apartment 1A at Kensington Palace, which is William and Catherine's official residence in the capital, were finished in 2013. Prior to that, the couple resided in Nottingham Cottage until 2013. After the couple tied the knot, the Queen presented them with the gift of Anmer Hall, which is located on the Sandringham estate. They resided there from 2015 until 2017. A move to Adelaide Cottage in Windsor was made by the family in the year 2022. Princess Charlotte was born on May 2, 2015, and Prince Louis was born on April 23, 2018. Catherine gave birth to Prince George on July 22 and Princess Charlotte on May 2, 2015. In accordance with what we had all hypothesized, William and Catherine are the proud owners of 2 English Cocker Spaniels named Lupo and Orla. In an interview that took place not too long ago and was extremely rare, William candidly shared his thoughts and emotions regarding the death of his mother almost 30 years ago. The profound effect that his absence has had on his life was reflected upon by him with an honesty that was both moving and honest. The fact that he has recently developed a sense of acceptance and is more forthcoming about his suffering is truly remarkable. As a result of the notoriously close relationship that existed between Prince William and Princess Diana, he based his future goals and aspirations on the idea of safeguarding her while she was still a youthful child. Due to the fact that William was his father's oldest son, he frequently relied on him for emotional support, which was one of the reasons why he wanted to have this relationship. Prince William has stated that he is currently experiencing a more positive emotional state than he has in a number of years. It is clear from his words that he has spent a significant amount of time coping with his feelings, but now he is providing a glimpse into the development of his suffering. Over the course of nearly 20 years, Prince William has traversed the challenging terrain of grief, which is characterized by the lingering shadows of loss. The ability to speak freely and openly about Princess Diana, on the other hand, has provided him with a sense of solace over the course of time. He is now able to remember her more clearly and speak publicly about his legacy as a result of this newfound clarity and honesty. The process of Prince William's recovery has not been linear. Rather, it has been marked by moments of struggle and introspection all throughout. In light of the fact that it has taken him nearly 20 years to arrive at this point, it is important to note the enduring nature of grief, as well as the complexities involved in mourning a person who was of global significance. In spite of the weight of public expectations and the unrelenting scrutiny of his personal life, Prince William remained steadfast in his commitment to honoring the memory of his mother in a manner that was genuine. He expressed compassion for those who go through the private land of grief, which is hidden from the public eye, and he extended understanding and solidarity to those who have stories of loss that have not been told. In a candid admission, Prince William, who is now 41 years old, acknowledged the profound void that has been left by the absence of Princess Diana. He expressed a desire to benefit from her counsel and maternal guidance during times of significant milestones and family joys. As he reflected on the opportunities that were missed for his mother to experience the joys of her growing family, his feelings brought to light the bitter reality of yearning for a connection that could never be fully realized. "I am completely taken aback," he conveyed. As a result of his recognition of the impact that loss has on the human spirit, he challenged the idea that time can heal all wounds. The pain that Prince William is experiencing is still very intense, despite the fact that 20 years have passed since the passing of his mother. He acknowledged that it is impossible to completely triumph over a loss, thereby highlighting the significance of this reality, which is frequently disregarded by society. On the other hand, Prince William discovers solace in the process of learning to live with his pain while he is experiencing it. In order to navigate the complexities of loss, he mentioned that you simply learn to handle it, demonstrating a calm determination towards the process. It was revealed by Prince William that during the early years of his grief, he made an effort to appear strong, but in reality, he felt as though he was being suffocated by numbness and lost in a sea of confused emotions. He vividly recalled the intense pain he felt, struggling with questions that remained unanswered and being tormented by the constant thought of, "Why me?" This was the case. A moving demonstration of their devotion to their mother's passing was witnessed by the entire world as William and Harry walked behind the coffin of their mother. There was a large number of patients throughout the streets, many of whom had previously celebrated Diana's joyful moments. This is the final call. Both of the young princes carried the burden of their suffering with a calm dignity that was in stark contrast to the turmoil that they experienced on the inside. While Prince William was reflecting on the solemn procession, he disclosed the challenging decision he made to publicly mourn the loss of his mother. In spite of the fact that his suffering was a private matter, they were compelled to take on the role of public mourners, attempting to strike a balance between their own private anguish and the expectations of the public. Prince William remembers the heartfelt phone call he made to Princess Diana on the same day she passed away, despite the fact that the majority of attention has been focused on the circumstances surrounding her passing. At that very instant, a mother and her son shared a priceless connection that was distinct from the physical distance between them. On the other hand, the call was cut short when the young princes, who were unaware of the significance of their most recent conversation, became captivated by the allure of playing outside. William expressed his profound regret and feeling of sadness, acknowledging that if he had been aware of what was going to take place, he would not have been so indifferent to the situation. A moving memory of how fragile life is and how quickly time passes is the memory of his last phone call with his mother. This call was a reminder of how quickly time passes. Within the context of the documentary, Diana, Our Mother, which was produced by HBO, Prince William candidly disclosed the internal turmoil that he went through following the passing of his mother. He compared it to an earthquake that shook his entire world. The immense loss was difficult for him to comprehend, and he felt as though he was being overpowered by conflicting feelings. The reality of his mother's passing was not something that he was able to fully comprehend for some time, and in the days and weeks that followed, he had to deal with the burden of her suffering. In spite of the unwavering support of his family, the anguish he felt as a result of his loss continued to be intense. This was in part because of his young age and his limited comprehension of the circumstances. When William was a child, he had a hard time expressing his feelings of sadness and pain, and he found it difficult to communicate his emotions. Within the British royal family, the complexities of royal titles and protocols were brought to light by his promise to Princess Diana, which was made during a moment of intimacy between the two of them. The impact of Diana's divorce from Prince Charles brought about a delicate balance between tradition and personal feeling, with different perspectives on his royal title. This was brought about as a result of the consequences of the divorce. William's sincere promise to one day restore his royal title was evidence of the enduring bond that exists between his mother and his son, despite the difficulties that have been encountered. However, despite the fact that the tranquility was both bitter and sweet, there was a cruel reality. The untimely passing of Diana a year later would prevent William from having the opportunity to fulfill his promise indefinitely. With Burrell's revelation that Diana was moved to tears by her son's sincere promise, the profound significance of William's promise was brought into sharper focus. At that fleeting moment, in the midst of the complexities of royal protocol and the scrutiny of the public, the love and devotion that was shared between Diana and her son transcended the ties of royalty and provided a glimpse into the deeply personal connections that define Diana's legacy. Tragically, Diana's passing prevented him from witnessing his son ascend to the throne and fulfill his promise. As a result, he was left with a legacy of unfulfilled dreams and potential that was not fully utilized. Although Diana had passed away, her spirit continued to live on in the hearts of her children, motivating them to continue their legacy of compassion, empathy, and service to others, even after she had passed away. It has been admitted by Prince William that he had wished for his mother to depart from the United Kingdom prior to the accident. As a powerful reminder of the dangers caused by the persistent intrusion of the media and the harassment of the paparazzi, Diana's tragic death served as a powerful reminder of the dangers that are caused in order to protect his own family from a similar fate. In order to shield his wife, Kate Middleton, from the indiscreet gazes of the sensationalist press, William employed the legal framework of the European Union, EU, to protect her. William's personal journey and the process of healing after the death of his mother both ended with this decision, which marked a turning point in both of those areas. Kate's unwavering dedication to William's well-being helped him navigate the challenging feelings he was experiencing, despite the fact that real life presented him with a number of obstacles. He was able to navigate the complexities of the duel with grace and resilience thanks to her presence, which provided him with comfort and gave him stability. The legacy of Diana cast a moving shadow over their relationship, which exerted a significant amount of weight. When they made the announcement that they were going to get married, William presented Kate with the famous sapphire and diamond ring that had been worn by her mother. This ring is a stunning representation of the unbreakable bonds that exist within the family. Mr. Rosie Nixon, who serves as the editor-in-chief of Hello Comments made by people all over the world about the moving image of the ring shining on Kate's wedding finger, seemed to capture the feeling that those people were experiencing. On the occasion of the beginning of a new chapter in their relationship, William and Kate paid a profound respect to the memory of Diana, weaving their own love story into the fabric of their own legacy. In addition to serving as a tangible reminder of the everlasting connection between the past and the presence of Diana's ring demonstrated the enduring capacity of love to transcend both time and space over the course of its existence. During a BBC documentary on mental health, William made a heartfelt revelation about the emotional impact of becoming a father. He did so in an eloquent manner, using his own personal experiences of loss and pain as a reference point. William's connection to his father served as a catalyst, causing him to reawaken dormant feelings and memories that had been buried deep within his heart. As he navigated the joys and challenges of raising his children, he confronted the ghosts of his past with renewed clarity and vulnerability. He did this while trying to raise his children, William's words are a testament to the profound impact that grief has on the human spirit, as feelings tend to resurface in enormous steps after being exposed to something traumatic in one's life. In times of emotional turmoil, William sought solace in the unwavering support of his wife, Kate Middleton, and his immediate family, which not only provided him with strength, but also provided him with comfort. Several reports in The Sun highlighted the strong connection that Kate has with her family, implying that her presence was an essential factor in providing support for William. William discovered the courage to confront his fears and insecurities by means of love, resiliency, and devotion. He was guided in this endeavor by the unwavering love and admiration he feels for Princess Diana. In the documentary, Prince William and his children, Prince George and Princess Charlotte, share tender moments together, thereby ensuring that the memory of Princess Diana will be preserved for future generations. While George and Charlotte are sleeping, William tells them stories about his two grandmothers and reflects on his childhood. The purpose of these heartfelt recollections is for him to convey the extent of his love for Diana as well as the significance she holds in his life. The memories that William has of the time he spent with Diana are ones that he holds dear, and he finds solace and strength they provide. Whenever William thinks back on the precious times he spent with his mother, he holds those memories in the highest regard. He continues to feel a deep affection and tenderness for Princess Diana, whose presence continues to have a significant impact on his life, and his words reflect this. During their time at the boarding school, William and Harry discovered solace in their mother's love, particularly through the music that their mother played to help them relax and feel less anxious. While there are countless songs, there is one that stands out to William as being particularly clear in his memory. The song "The Best" by Tina Turner has left an indelible mark on me, and I continue to secretly enjoy listening to it even now. William recalls singing along with Diana in the car, where they were surrounded by love, laughter, and music the entire time. The recollections of those priceless moments spent with his mother serve as a source of solace and fortitude for him, serving as a reminder of the tenacity and bravery that he inherited from his mother. Following the passing of his mother, Prince William sought solace in the peaceful beauty of the Scottish countryside. The expansiveness of nature offered him the opportunity to heal and find peace of mind. It was in the landscapes of Scotland that William discovered peace. It was there that he felt a profound connection with the nation that went beyond simple geography. His spirit found a safe haven in Scotland, a place of refuge from the emotional upheaval that he was experiencing, and a place of unending solace in the natural world. The fortunate encounter he had with Kate Middleton, who would later become his wife, at the University of St. Andrews was one of the cherished memories that contributed to the formation of his enduring connection to Scotland. There was a special place in his heart for this town, which represented a love that would last forever, and dreams that were shared for the future. A profound appreciation for the natural splendor and cultural heritage of Scotland was something that William and Kate wanted to instill in their children, George, Charlotte, and Louis, just as they had done for their own children. Their travels through the rugged terrain of Scotland resulted in the formation of priceless family memories, which ensured that their children would grow up to share their affection for and connection to the country. William expressed his appreciation to Queen Elizabeth II for the support and guidance she provided during her difficult times. He also emphasized the significance of having someone like her to look up to and admire because of her. He was aware of the extraordinary circumstances that surrounded his upbringing as a member of the British royal family, as well as the profound sense of loss that he became acquainted with following the passing of Princess Diana. She was a pillar of strength, and she offered William a firm hand and a compassionate ear, which shaped his understanding of resiliency and loss. Queen Elizabeth was a pillar of strength. His unflinching support was an essential factor in providing him with the strength and solace he needed during the most difficult times of his life. A sadness that is reminiscent of the passing of Princess Diana has been brought about as a result of the breakup between William and Harry. The revelation that Diana regarded Harry as a faithful companion to William was made public by Andrew Moore, who is the biographer of Diana. The weight of the solitude and solemnity that would accompany William's reign was something that Diana was aware of. When confronted with the difficult responsibilities that they were responsible for, Diana saw the bond that existed between her children as a source of strength and support. The public breakup between William and Harry, on the other hand, dashed Diana's hopes for their unity. It left behind a legacy of solidarity and repentance, and it made it difficult to ascertain William's genuine feelings regarding the passing of his mother. You are appreciated for watching. Don't forget to give it a like and leave a comment. Sign up for the newsletter and enable notifications.